Hey, how's it going? We are back with more cocktails. We're making Cosmopolitans, probably the cocktail that I've made the most, more than any other cocktail. Not because it's my favourite, because I've made a lot of cocktails for other people, and it's a classic, and it's been on every menu in every place that I've ever worked that's done cocktails. And I've also done so many cocktail classes at parties and around people's houses and at events and things that it's always going to be there. And I think it always will be because it's balanced and it's easy to make and the ingredients are readily available. It'll be on every menu forever and ever and ever. Maybe with some little variations. Maybe it'll just be the classic one. But we'll never get rid of the Cosmopolitan. I don't think we should, because it's cool. It looks nice. It was in Sex and the City, which doesn't work in its favour because that is the absolute worst of all television. But it wasn't made for me. Why would you make a programme about women in New York for a man who likes punk music? You wouldn't. So it's not my deal. It's not for me to hate. It's for other people to like. And that's how I feel about Sex and the City and what it did for Cosmopolitans. So, let's get into it and what it is. It's a very simple cocktail to make. You have got citrus vodka. Absolute make a lovely citrus vodka, but I've made my own citrus vodka by jamming lemon peel into the bottle and letting it sit in there for a while so that the vodka has turned a little bit lemony. Very much like how we started with our making our limoncello, but just not quite as much lemon. One whole lemon peel per 70 cl, 700 milliliter bottle of vodka is plenty. And it makes it nice, makes it taste fresh. But I always say I love the flavoured vodkas you can get. Nearly every brand that does flavours does some kind of citrus one. Absolute's probably my favourite one. The Stolichnaya one's good. I think even Chase do one, and there's all the brands do them. But I'll probably always just make my own because it's easy and it looks cool because you've got stuff floating in the bottle. It's nice and it lasts forever and ever, pretty much. Never need to throw it out because the lemon went off because it's only peel. That's it. It's cool. So we've got that. We have got orange liqueur, got Cointreau, triple sec. This is cool. I like it. It's Christmassy. It's nice. It's very orangey. It's good. Cointreau. It's in a square bottle. You can use other triple secs or other orange liqueur. For example, Grand Marnier, I think tastes amazing in a Cosmopolitan. Grand Marnier's, I don't think is officially a triple sec. I might need to check on that. I have all the facts up here 100%, but I'm pretty sure it's not because it's a brandy based one. I don't think Cointreau is, but it's really nice anyway. And Grand Marnier's just as sweet, but it's got this kind of smoky, more grown up flavour, almost a little bit herbal compared to the Cointreau. It's really nice. Triple sec, by the way, is made with Curacao oranges. There's a fact I did store in my brain and it stayed there. Curacao oranges are small and bitter. They're not very good for eating, but they are good for making stuff. And it's the peel of that as well that makes it. Little Curacao oranges, which is cool. Which is how you pronounce it when you've seen blue Curacao. It's because it's a triple sec turned blue, and it's not pronounced Caraco or any other thing. If the C has a little hook underneath it, it says sound. So it's Curacao. And then you've got limes. You go for lime juice in there in a Cosmopolitan and cranberry juice. That is it. So you've got citrus vodka, Cointreau, limes, cranberry juice. Now, we get to the measures of each of those, and if you make them in a cocktail bar, then really you should have set measures, and that's how you make it, and that's your house style. But you guys are making them at home. Change everything if you want to. You can change anything. I don't like rules. So if you like it sour, you could stick a whole lime in there, make it really, really, really sour, and it'll be amazing. It'll be super tasty. If you like it like that, if you don't like it sour, you can just have one wedge in there, just squeezed and dropped in gently. It's not that much citrus, but you've got to make it how you like it. And you can't have no citrus, by the way, because it tastes flat. Cocktails like this, if you don't put the citrus fruit in, it doesn't taste right. It tastes weird and like booze and juice and nothing else. It never really balances. So let's get into it. You can shake this up, as always, however you like. I've got the Boston shaker, which is a glass and a tin, and they come together to make my shaker. So when I shake, I can shake end to end like this, and then I pop it off and I've got my cocktail in here and I can strain it out. If you want to make it in a jam jar, in a flask, in any kind of jar, even a Kilner jar, it'd be fine, as long as you can. A massive big Kilner jar would be fine, as long as it's got a good seal on it and you can shake it up. It's cool. And we'll have to strain it out at the end, so you've got to be able to block off that ice somehow. So you could just use a tea strainer. You could use your massive sieve that you use for your rice. It'd be fine. You just pour it in and make sure you pour so that the pour goes through into your martini glass, and it'd work out. It'd be okay. So, if we're making it legit like a cocktail bar, then you are going to put your ingredients into your Boston glass. And I'm going to start with the fruit. I'm going to make this as close to how I put it on menus when I do it for cocktail bars. I go for 3 lime wedges squeezed and dropped in, which is about 15 to 20 mil, I'd say. So squeezed and dropped them in there, so the lime wedges are in there, so that when the ice shakes in here, the ice bashes against that lime wedge and takes some of the oils out of that skin and puts it into the drink. It makes a difference putting them in there as opposed to squeezing them and then throwing that lime away. So you're going to strain it anyway. That needs to be in there. Then we go for a shot and a half of Absolute vodka. So that is 25 ml plus 12.5 ml, which is 37.5 ml. Like that. That's it. Shot and a half of your citrus vodka. And then we go for half a shot of Cointreau. So 12.5 ml goes in there. And then go for about the same amount of booze as you could put in there. You do cranberry juice. So you could measure out your 50 ml, or you could just pour it and watch it and double it up like that. That's about right. It needs to be like a light kind of flamingo pink colour when you're done. If it's really red, that isn't it. It needs to be like flamingo pink. So then we are going to shake it up. You take your ice, put it in a tin, about half full for your tin if you've got a glass in a tin, about half full. And then we dump that ice into a cocktail like that. And I hold my hand underneath it and hit it hard. If you've got one of these, you need to hit it hard so that you can test and know that that seal is done. Because the weight of the cocktail won't pull it out. You've got a nice tight seal there. But if you're doing it in a jar, you just need to put the lid on. Or if you're in a cobbler shaker, one of those ones that's got the lid and the strainer kind of built in, you put it on, you just have to struggle with getting them off because they never come off easy. That's why I don't like cobbler shakers. So, we're going to shake this end to end, and it needs to be big, long, hard shakes, like this, like you mean it, like you want that ice to bash up against that lime wedge. Come on, there we go. So, then I've got my cocktail in my tin. I'm going to strain this out. So I have Hawthorne strainer, goes on top of there. I'm going to do this properly. A lot of the time, I won't make people use a tea strainer for a Cosmopolitan as well because it doesn't have loads of bits in it, but it does make a difference when you double strain. It takes away any little flecks of ice, everything, and makes it just that little bit smoother. So I'm going to pour this over here. That looks banging. Looks really good. Like this. It's cool. Give this just a little tap. You can also use your handle of the strainer to push all the bits through. There we go. So, that is not ready yet though, because we have got the excitement of seeing if these oranges are any good. And we're going to play with fire. So you get your knife and you try and take a little swipe of orange peel, where you don't want to go through to the flesh of the orange. You want to keep it so it's just pith. So you've got orange and white on here, and you hold it orange side forwards in between 2 or 3 fingers and a thumb, like this. and you're going to fold it in half up against the flame. So I'm going to light this lighter, I'm going to hold it here, and I'm going to squeeze this orange peel up to the flame so that the oils spray out like this. They go like this. That's what we do. And they go through that flame, and those cooked oils that hopefully will make an impressive little firework display here, those cooked oils taste incredible. They change the drink again. They change any drink that you do this to. I have mixed results with this. As it goes, that was amazing. You can rewind that when you're rewatching this and watch it again, because it worked. I did it. I'm a pro. I can go home. I go home. I'm home. I'll just go sit in the front room now. That's it. Pretty good. Pretty good. So after you've done that, you take your orange peel, which should look a little bit wet, and it should it should smell so nice. And then we twist that over the top of our drink, and we just rest it in there gently and give that a little smell. And you should be able to smell fresh orange on there. Oh, I haven't actually drank my own Cosmopolitan for such a long time, but that is so nice. That is good. Oh, I hope you've made one at home for yourself as well. I forgot how much I liked that. I think I like it a lot more than I ever did right now in this moment. And that taste change. Maybe I haven't ever. I've tried them with a straw, and I'm like, that's good to go. Tastes balanced. It's not too sour, not too sweet. I did it. I made a cocktail. Are you proud of me? You don't have to be proud of me. I do this all the time. Right. Let's mix it up. So the guy who is really famous for making cocktails, Dick Bradshaw, he came up with another version of the Cosmo called the Metropolitan. And it was I think it was late 80s maybe. It got super famous. It was everywhere, on every cocktail menu. And all it was he changed the citrus vodka for Absolute Currant. That is it. And that is how you mix up a cocktail. That is how you just twisting. You just change one of the ingredients and you change the balance. It's incredible. I do not have a bottle of Absolute Currant, and I wasn't going to buy one especially for this. It's lovely, by the way. It's really nice, but I've got a lot of booze and I don't drink at home very often, so I don't need to buy a bottle of Absolute Currant. But I do have a bottle of Absolute Grapefruit, which I think is going to be really nice. Let's make one with Absolute Grapefruit and see. I'm going to change it up as well, and maybe add a little bit of freshly squeezed orange juice, because I have a Mexican elbow, an orange size Mexican elbow. You can get these in different sizes. So you get a lime size one, a lemon size one, and an orange size one. And you just have your orange, stick it in there. It's got 3 little holes in, and you just squeeze it in, and then you get some freshly squeezed orange juice. Not good for actually making yourself a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice, because it doesn't get everything out of it. Not like a spinny one that takes a bit of the pulp and like grinds it down almost. This will just squeeze out just the juice, which is kind of cool for cocktails, but not so good for making yourself a big glass of orange juice. So let's get into it. I've got my Boston glass, Boston tin, and I'm going to go fruit first. So I'm going to go 3 lime wedges again, since that worked so well for me last time. That was perfectly balanced for me. And sometimes when I talk about this, I'm like, I think I like 4 lime wedges. I don't think I would have. I think I would have not ruined it. It still would have been nice, but I think it would have been too sharp. Let's have another little think. Incredible. So good. It would have been. It would have been too sharp. That is it. Perfectly balanced. Right amount of sweetness, right amount of sour. I can taste every little bit of it. I can taste the orange. I can taste the citrus from the vodka. I can taste the cranberry juice. It's ideal. That is it. Okay. So I've got my 3 lime wedges. I've squeezed and dropped them in. I'm going to go for the juice of half an orange in my Mexican elbow. It just goes like that. You put it in and give it a little squeeze like this. So I've been using this quite a lot when I've just been making myself like soft drinks. Even with cordial, if I've had oranges in, I've just squeezed like juice of half an orange in like that. Look how much it is. It's a fair amount, so I'll need to do less cranberry juice to keep this balanced. But yeah, it's a cool little gadget to have. They're not expensive either. You can normally pick up for less than a tenner, I would have thought. So go same again, shot and a half of the grapefruit vodka. Go 25, 12 and a half. And then do the same. Oh, this porridge rubbish. Half a shot of the Cointreau. And then a tiny little splash of cranberry juice. Don't need much. And then we'll shake it up. So, big long handshake, like you need it. And it might get you to wash up a little bit because I might make 4 cocktails. Grab that. There, thank you. So, I've got my cocktail here. I put my Hawthorne strainer on here, and then I take my, quite like double straining today. I'm going to double strain it again, hold my little tea strainer, pour it in here. That's it. Just push all that through. Go for a little bit of fire. I'll do it over here again so hopefully you can see how cool fire is. Let's go for this one. So when you get this, I kind of dig the knife in, and these knives, by the way, this is a tomato knife. If you just Google it, get it on Amazon, they're about £4 I think. It's the best knife, they last forever. It's a little serrated knife, so sharp. When you get it brand new, it'll just glide through anything. It does get blunt after a while, but it stays reasonably sharp because it's serrated. They're so good, so good. I swear by them. I only ever need 2 knives. I need a big knife, so if I'm cutting up something big, then I might need something that goes through and I can get my knuckles down to the chopping board, because you can't get your knuckles to the chopping board with this. And this, and that's it. That's all you ever need. 2 good knives, and that is it for your house anyway. All right. So I've got my little swipe of orange here. To get this, you've got 2 or 3 fingers, whatever you want, depending on the size of your little bit of orange peel. We hold it like this, orange side forwards, and when I fold it in half, I'm going to snap it in half like this, like fast, so that the oils in here spray out. If you squeeze it slow because you're scared of fire and you're like, oh, I'm going to burn my fingers, that isn't it. It won't do it because those oils will just kind of go oh, and just dribble out. That isn't the one. You need those oils to be like, ah, and jump out of the orange. And the way you do that is by squeezing it hard and fast. I've done a lot of cocktail classes where people don't listen. That's why I get all fired up about doing flambe orange. So, I get my lighter, I hold the lighter still, and I just push this up to the flame, like that. That is it. And then there's all oils over the top of this. Sometimes I'll like spray it twice, so once you've bent it, by the way, it's spent. Once you've folded it, it's done. You've sprayed the oils out, there's not enough oils left in this to spray through the flame. But if you do it at the top and then you've got another bit that you haven't folded yet, you can do it again. You'll see, look, if I keep doing it, it doesn't do it anymore because I've spent all the oils in this bit of orange peel. I don't know if I did this last time. You can swipe your orange, because it's a little bit wet, around the rim of your glass, like this, so that when you put it up to your lips, you can taste it on your lips. Taste it. That's from old school, that. Taste it on my lips when he does the Frank the Tank thing. You know what I'm talking about. So, twist this in, slide it in there. Let's see. I've never made this before. Just made this up right now, off the cuff, because it's how I like to do things. Oh, that is so good. The fresh orange juice in there is amazing. And by the way, there's not many cocktails that stand the test of time with fresh orange juice in them that are actually decent. I know there's a Screwdriver and Harvey Wallbanger. They're not that good in my eyes. They're not fantastic cocktails. They're nice enough. It's just like booze and orange juice. I find if you do that kind of orange juice in it, where it's not like a tall drink with loads of orange juice, because it just kills it. It's too acidic, too sweet. It just doesn't. It's really hard to balance alcohol to that flavour, I find. I'm sure there's people out there that have made amazing cocktails with orange juice, but I struggle. But I think I've done it. I think that's the first time I've ever really done it where I'm trusted that I love that and I can keep making that and I can keep it going, because that just that amount of orange juice, just freshly squeezed, it's only the juice, it's none of the flesh or anything, just right. That's really nice, really good. And it's reminiscent actually of a cocktail called a Sea Breeze, which is vodka, cranberry juice and orange juice. That's quite nice. Sorry, vodka, cranberry juice and grapefruit juice, sorry. Vodka, cranberry juice, grapefruit juice for a Sea Breeze. That's nice. It's good. It's kind of a bit like that, and the grapefruit kind of shines through that little bit of kind of dry sharpness. Banging. Very exciting. Cool. Should we make a non-alcoholic one? So when you make non-alcoholic cocktails, you can't just leave the booze out and just do the fruit, because cranberry juice and lime juice shaken up doesn't taste like very much. It's nice for sure, but you need a little bit of something else, and I haven't got it out. God damn it, it's in the fridge, but I can't bother. It's alright, it can stay there. I've got, I haven't opened it yet, and it's got a really long shelf life when you haven't opened it, and I'm saving it for when I actually really want to use it for a few things rather than just one cocktail. I've got some passion fruit puree. It's really nice, it's really good. You can get it from Sainsbury's. It was on sale today actually, it was £2.50, which is a bargain. It's just sugary passion fruit syrup. Amazing. You just drop a little bit of that in it. But if we make it non-alcoholic style, let's go for some raspberries. So I'm going to chuck 5 raspberries in there. Raspberries are great for cocktails because they're so soft, you can just mash them up and they don't take much effort to break down. Strawberries, on the other hand, can be a little bit of work to get some juice out of them. We are going to play around with strawberries, but I'll show you what we're going to do in a minute for the next cocktail. So I've mashed up my raspberries in there with my muddler. I'm going to go for 3 lime wedges again, so squeezed and dropped in. By the way, when you chop up fruit, any citrus fruit, you should top and tail it and then plant it on its end, on its tail, and then go down in half, and then you can flatten that down and then cut that bit into 4s. So you cut a citrus fruit into 8s. That is the best way for me, and I stick to that, and I get really mad when people don't do it. So take note, chop your fruit up properly, top and tail it. Top and tail it. Sorry, I'm getting derailed. You've got raspberries, you've got limes in here. 3 lime wedges squeezed and dropped in with some mashed up raspberries. Let's go for my pretend passion fruit puree that I'm being tight because I want to save it so that I can use it all rather than just making one cocktail with it. And then we'll go for cranberry juice. And obviously you add a little bit more because it's a non-alcoholic one. We need a little bit more in there so that it can be big enough, because you're missing 50ml of alcohol. So grab our ice, about half full in your tin. Then we shake hard end to end. So what I do there, when I hit the tin with my hand and my elbow, it's like a big Kinder Surprise. I do that and the air is stuck because the tin is like a nice seal up against the glass and it's there. So where the glass is in here, floats about here, this little bit above it is bendy metal. If I bend that, some air can get in and that seal is broken. So you just need to hit it enough that some air gets in and the seal is broken. So that's how it works. And when I do cocktail classes and there's loads of people hitting the glass, I'm like, no, don't hit the glass, you maniac, you'll just chuck it out your hand or something by mistake, or the hitting down here, it's got to be up here, because if you imagine that the lip of the glass is here and this is here, if you imagine bending this, some air gets in. But you need to hit it where it'll bend. That's the key. So right near the top, where you can like imagine where you could squeeze it, it'll bend. If you squeeze it down in the middle, it won't bend, because it's a structure, it won't bend. So then we get our strainer. We strain. Look at the colour of that. So this will take a little bit longer to get through the strainer because it's got raspberry pulp in there. But it'll be better because when you drink this, it'll be nice and smooth. It'll be lovely. Come on, raspberry juice. Get out of there. So we're fine straining this. Looks so nice. There we go. Dunk that in there. Let's have a little look. Oh, first of all, still going to play with fire. I'm going to keep doing it. Keep doing it till the wheels fall off. That's what we do. Especially when it comes to showing off, and that's what this is. I always say, I've built a career out of showing off. I don't know how I've done it. Took me till I was in my mid-30s, but did it. Show off for a living now. It's incredible. It's so fun. Right. You get your orange peel, orange side facing forwards, 2 fingers on the orange peel. You light your lighter and you hold it still. So, hold that still, and I just fold this in half right up to the flame. Like that. And I kind of, as it blows up, I kind of pull my hand away so that I don't burn all the hairs on my fingers. Because you can smell it when you burn hair. I don't know if you ever smelled burnt hair, it smells disgusting. If you pull your hand away quick enough, that doesn't happen. Then we give it a little twist. See, I never say that in cocktail parties because it scares people. Because they're like, you burn your hair and fingers? Oh. And they get scared. Well, a few of them do. Some of them are brave. I'm going to wipe this around the martini glass. Let it slide in there gently. Let's see. So normally I would say a little bit of passion fruit puree, like 10ml, 12.5ml, just enough to sweeten it up. Even still, that is nice. A little bit of, tiny bit of sweetness in there would finish it off, but as it goes, raspberry juice in there tastes really good. So I've been kind of excited about playing around with this one because I really like this little bottle of booze here. It is Absolute Strawberry Juice Edition. It's a different edition. It's got actual strawberry juice in there as opposed to being just a flavoured vodka. So it's not got quite as high alcohol content as normal vodka. It's only got 35% as opposed to 40. It's 40 for Absolute, isn't it? Yeah, 80 proof. Yeah, so it's just a tiny bit less alcohol, like barely any, not even noticeable. You will still get hammered if you drink a whole bottle of this, don't get confused. So we're going to use that, but we're also going to mash up some strawberries into there as well. Just grab this. So, let's see. I'm just going to chop the old green bits off. Well, depending on the size of your strawberries, depends on how many you want in here. But 3 kind of normal size ones is about right. And it's more twisting than it is bashing to get the juice out of these strawberries. Oh, these strawberries look good, very juicy. Hate it when I start to mash a strawberry like this and it feels like I'm trying to mash apples. Hannah, my phone's fallen off, can you fix it? I know I've gone sideways, but it's alright. I'll be okay. My house hasn't fallen down now, and just carried on going anyway. There you go, you need to come to the front as well. There we go. We're still on. Come on. Yeah, we're still here. We're still here. Don't panic, everyone. It's fine. I've done so many live classes that stuff like this doesn't even like faze me. I'm just like, I'll just fix it. People are still here. Got 10 people watching. Hi, everyone. There we go. See, I remember that this happened last time. I used this phone holder and the phone fell on the floor and it messed it up right at the end of the class, so fixed it by putting an elastic band around it, so when I kind of thought it might fall off, wouldn't do it. It's probably going to fall off again, Hannah, because the elastic bands. Don't bounce your phone there. That's it. So, you're still on board, aren't you? I've got mashed up strawberries in here. I could have actually put my limes in here and mashed it up with the limes, but it's okay. So squeezing 3 lime wedges. Oh, Hannah, it was fun. To it. There we go. God damn it. It's because I'm doing live classes at the gym and I took my nice one to the gym. There we go. We're still going. It's all right. And then pull this elastic band. Oh, you're just gonna have to hold it, Hannah. Sorry. There we go. So I've got mashed up strawberries, squeezed limes in there. And I'm going for a shot and a half of this strawberry vodka in here. Just pouring it. I'm going to free pour it. There we go. So we've got 50 ml of that fantastic strawberry vodka, and then I've got half a shot of. Sorry, I said 50 ml. Come on. So it's 37.5 ml of vodka, 12.5 ml of Cointreau. And then we double up whatever booze we've got with cranberry juice. And then we do a little shake. Oh, it's that. Big, long, hard, end-to-end shakes. Shaking like you mean it. Trying to mash up those strawberries. That's it, you got it. Yes. There we go. Ah, that smells incredible. Then we go for the old double strain again. We've got that for the strainer. No. Okay. So, I've got my cocktail here. I'm going to just double strain into this one here. That's it. So, you need to double strain this one as well because strawberry bits are big and they end up like kind of sitting in there all chunky. But if you double strain it, it takes a bit of time, but it is worth it. That's it. Come on. That's it. So yeah, like I said, it takes a few seconds just to let that strawberry pulp push through. And I use the handle of this to kind of scrape it away so that it makes a fresh little bit of mesh. There we go. That'll do. Awesome. And then again, we'll play with fire one last time. This one, try to keep that one fresh. So, remember, you can't get any of the orange flesh as you chop down into your orange peel. Hold it in 3 fingers and you fold it in half. You're kind of snapping it in half almost. It won't snap because it's orange peel. It'll just bend, but pull your hand away so you don't burn yourself. This is a good one. Nice. Oh, kitchen smells amazing now. And I swipe this around here, drop it in there. Let's see. Yeah, that is lovely. That is how you make a cosmopolitan, how you play around with the flavours in a Cosmo. Just change one of the ingredients. You can make it with gin, you could make it with a different liqueur. I brought some mulberry gin and elderflower liqueur out just to show you what I think works really well. So what I sometimes do is I drop the vodka amount down a little bit and I add another liqueur in there. So it goes 1 vodka, half Cointreau, and then go half elderflower liqueur. That's so nice. Elderflower always tastes so elegant to me. Beautiful. Really nice, and such a cool bottle for that one as well. You could do the same for this. You could make it with gin if you wanted. Starts to not be a Cosmo, but you're making these at home. You're making a cocktail how you want it. And that's kind of my deal, that you change the ingredients to make it something that you enjoy and you can get on board with, and you can show your friends, and you can change it for your friends that have got different tastes to you. So it's quite a grown-up one as it goes, because it's a little bit dry. The cranberries make it dry. Up a bit, Hannah. So the cranberries make it dry. You might need to sweeten it up for people who like party-style cocktails, and some people do. You know, the people who like Sex on the Beach and woo-woos and pina coladas and stuff. Just add a little bit of something sugary in there. Any kind of liqueur that matches the flavour profile of what you're doing will work. Even just like Dick Bradshaw with changing the citrus vodka for absolute currant, so like a blackcurrant flavoured vodka, changed it completely, and people who like the sweeter version tend to enjoy that Metropolitan just a little bit more than a normal Cosmo. And also, you get to play with fire. Why would you want to play with fire in your house? And it's kind of safe, apart from burning the hairs on your fingers. That's about the worst that could possibly happen. You'll be fine. And if you've got one of those long lighters as well for lighting your cooker, use one of them. Then it's only one hand that's got to go near the flame and the other one can stay away. Easy. So cool. So, we're on again next month with this. I'm going to keep going with these. I'm going to try not to drop my phone out of its little holder. But next time, I think I'm going to do grown-up cocktails. And grown-up cocktails for me are Negronis, Bloody Marys. This is a grown-up cocktail for me as well, but we'll probably touch on it and kind of come back around. If you've got any questions about it, we'll work it out. What else as well? Metropolitans. No, not Metropolitans, that's tonight, sorry. Manhattans, sorry. We can make a Manhattan with some whiskey. We're going to do some grown-up cocktails. But if you like the party style, don't not tune in. That'd be crazy. Because like always, I'll show you how to change those cocktails up to suit your style. I know Bloody Mary is a big ask because it's tomato juice and people are quite often put off by the tomato juice, but maybe you can change up the whiskey one, or maybe you can change up a Negroni to be a little bit sweeter and it'll just suit you. That's it. So that you can be a classy cocktail drinker in your house, and when you go to cocktail bars, you can say, I really like a Cosmo, but I like it a little bit more sour. Can you add a little bit more lime juice? And you'll know because you've made them at home. Legit, like a cocktail expert. And it's so cool. This is so exciting. Keep letting me know what you've got going on. Tune in to all of my other classes as well. I'm on a Monday, Tuesday and a Wednesday for calisthenic skills, rest-based training, which is a circuit class, and senior yoga. Senior yoga just means that I keep you safe. I don't do any like hand balances in it. I don't do anything where you're going to snap your knee off or anything like that. Just keep it nice and safe. It's called senior yoga to bring in the people who are senior, but if you are even just a little bit vulnerable, it's probably the best yoga class you could do. Probably is. Alright, thank you so much for hanging out with me on this Saturday night. I appreciate you all so much. I hope dropping my phone didn't ruin things. I'm sure it didn't. You're fine. You could still see what was going on. You could still hear me. It's cool. Alright, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Don't get drunk. Drink sensibly. Especially you, Paula McDermott, my mum, watching there. Alright, thanks guys. See you soon. Bye. Oh, let me just have a quick look. I'm going to see if there's anyone saying anything. Don't think so. Alright, enjoy your Saturday. Bye everyone. Bye.